Hello everyone. Now we are going to discuss MQTT protocols by making use of Wi-Fi Shield with Arduino UNO. But as in HTTP protocols, we have seen only two important protocols. Those are nothing but GET and POST. Here similarly, we are going to use only publish and subscribe. As we have seen in the previous video lecture, I hope all of you have installed successfully the PubSubClient header file, and one more is the MQTT Explorer. So now let me directly jump to the coding part. Yes, the connection here is very simple. You need to place the Wi-Fi shield on top of Arduino UNO. So now let me explain you the coding part. It is very simple because only a few parts we are going to include. Remaining all are the starting programs. Nothing but for Wi-Fi connection, we are going nothing but some for internet connection we are using the Wi-Fi shield and Ethernet shield. So for Ethernet shield, I will show it hardware components. For Wi-Fi shield, I will explain you normally. You will place on top of Arduino anyhow. Now let us jump to the coding part. Yes. This is the complete coding part actually. Just a second. Yes. Now coming to here, you can observe that this SPI.h and Wi-Fi.h header files are completely for our Wi-Fi shield. And next, as we are using MQTT, yes, MQTT means what will perform in general, what type of architecture it is, publish and subscribe. Whereas HTTP is request response. So here, since it is publish and subscribe, here this header file we are going to use, which is completely for making use of our MQTT. And next is coming to, yes, since we are working with the Wi-Fi shield, we will not give MAC address and IP address. Here we are going to work with our Wi-Fi name and Wi-Fi password. Next, you will give indexing as 0 and initial status is idle. And for client accessing, you will say Wi-Fi client alias name. Similarly, here for PubSubClient, we are again using PubSubClient as alias name. If you want, even you can give your name, my name, or anyone names. That's based on your wish. Yes, here you need to mention two things. One is server and the port. As if don't prefer textbook because in textbook it is completely different. Yes, before this step, one thing I forgot to tell, you need to open your MQTT Explorer. Yes, yes, one more thing, if you have not installed, just go to the previous video and watch it so that you can understand easily. Here there are two things, MQTT Eclipse and Test Mosquito. Actually, in textbook, it is completely related to MQTT Eclipse as its service is somewhat less, and you can see it is not going to connect and all. So I have preferred testmosquito.org. So you need to keep it connect. If you won't connect, you will get messages MQTT not connected. So click on connect. Yes, it takes some time. We need to wait. Yes, it is connected successfully. If you want to disconnect, click here or disconnect. If you want to connect, click on connect. But while working with the project, see that the connection is always on. Once it is on and you close, nothing will happen. Just a second, it is being connected. Yes, it is connected. So now let us jump to our coding part. Yes, since it is testmosquito.org, here in server you are going to give that name. And port also, if you observe, it is 1883. I will disconnect and I will show you. Here you can see 1883 is the port. Yes, and topic, anything you can give. It's not mandatory to give as codified things slash test message. You can even give your name or anything. But I'll show you while working with the project, since it is just a introduction part. I am not going to show you those many things in this lecture. And this is the alias name, and you are going to pass client. Your client is which client? Wi-Fi client, nothing but who are connected. Yes, now coming to this callback function, here we are going to pass the topic. Payload is nothing but our message. Since we'll measure in terms of byte, it is given as byte type, and length is nothing but length of our payload actually. Here you can see that's the reason we are printing here. So where we will use this function while discussing void setup and void loop, you can understand. Yes, connect to internet is same, so I am not going to explain because in every video lecture I am explaining this part. So from this lecture I am not going to explain regarding the connect to internet function because it's your responsibility to watch with respect to Wi-Fi shield as well as Ethernet shield. Since this is for Wi-Fi shield, we are going to begin with SSID and password. Yes, these are the functions important, void setup and void loop. You are beginning your serial monitor at a baud value 9600, then you are connecting to internet. Now comes everything to MQTT hands. Yes. Now we need to set MQTT client. So for that, initially you need to establish the server. So PubSubClient dot. Initially you are setting server. Server is what? Our mosquito one. Nothing but test.mosquito.org and port is 1883. Those you are going to pass here. And next comes is callback. Whenever you calling this callback function, you are going to print these things. You are going to say info message received. Here topic you have given, right? And you are closing this one. Here inside this topic, this thing is going to printed codified things slash test message. If you want, you can give in any format or your name also you can give. It's not an issue at all. Yes. Then the message which you are sending, nothing but the payload is going to print here. You can see how it will be printed. Serial.print, this is the normal printing message. With that we are connecting to MQTT broker. If PubSubClient.connect of Arduino client, then connected to MQTT broker. Yes, if it is connected to our Arduino client, then you are going to say that it is connected. So what you need to perform next? Initially there should be a subscriber who subscribes to that particular topic. Here topic again I am showing you. Just a second, where the topic is. Yes, topic is nothing but codified things slash test message. And after that, you kept command saying hello from Arduino. If there is no connection at all with respect to Arduino client, then you are going to print as MQTT connection failed. Yes, here this Arduino client should be same. Don't change it. But anything if you want to change, you can change inside the topic, or even you can change. Even though you can change this one, it's not an issue. But better to keep it as Arduino client. While working with projects anyhow, we will see how to change those all things and all. Yes. And coming to void loop, you are going to say PubSubClient.loop. Yes, here initially topic we are mentioning those many times, right? Actually, here in topic instead of this value, what you need to keep is our sensor readings values, those values you need to keep actually. So if you keep those values, then those values will be going to be published and those can be read. Nothing but subscribers can get that information. That thing we are going to work. So that part you need to keep in infinite loop while working with projects. So since here we are not using any sensor, simply you need to give as PubSubClient.loop. Hope you all understood. Let me compile it. Yes, you can see there are no errors. Since it is a short code, in this lecture itself I am also going to teach MQTT protocol with Ethernet Shield. Ethernet. Here Ethernet Shield means what's the concept? You are just going to connect using LAN. So you are going to use MAC address and IP address. So you are not required to use Wi-Fi SSID and password. So since here itself I am also going to show with the hardware components. So listen carefully the program and the connections also. LAN cable will be connected to our Wi-Fi LAN port and Ethernet shield will be on top of Arduino and you are going to connect Arduino to your laptop or CPU by making use of USB connector. This is the thing which we are going to cover now. Yes, now coming back to here. Now let me open that program. Yes, there also complete program is same. The only difference comes is with internet connection. Yes, since Wi-Fi you are using SSID and password, then now since we are going to discuss with respect to Ethernet, so you are mentioning MAC and IP addresses. So let me close the previous code. Yes, guys. Now coming back to here, only the single header file ethernet.h and PubSubClient.h. Since we are using wide internet connection and this is for MQTT purpose. You are giving MAC address and static IP. You will use static IP if and only if there is no internet connection properly with your IP address. So for Ethernet client, you are using client. Server is testmosquito.org. Here actually it is in disconnected. So since now I am going to show you execution. Yes, firstly I'll show with disconnection and then I'll show you with the connection part. So let it be as disconnected itself. So now here let us make some changes. Instead of codify things, let me say as Kurukshetra Warriors. Instead of test message, let me say IoT lectures. Yes, this is my topic actually. So now this is alias name for PubSub client and here we are going to pass our Ethernet client. Nothing but alias name of that Ethernet client is client. And coming to this callback function we are making to verify whether the message is sent or not. We are going to display all those things. Payload is nothing but our message and length is nothing but the length of payload and topic is this one Kurukshetra Warriors slash IoT lectures and you are going to print them in a single line. Next thing comes here is regarding the connection. Since it is the Ethernet wide connection, as I told you are going to use MAC, nothing but simply, yes. In previous lectures all if you observe, there it is completely different and here it is completely different. Don't worry, you can use the previous lecture Ethernet connection also. But here in new format I am saying, yes, this is a simple print statement. You are beginning MAC, you are giving a 2 seconds delay and if that Ethernet local IP all are zeros, then you are going to make use of your static IP address. So for that, again you are saying Ethernet that begin of MAC comma static IP. So once it is done, it indicates that our Ethernet connection has been established successfully. So here that message is not there. Actually, that thing we are not worrying. We are focusing regarding MQTT. So now coming to work setup and loop, as I told, we are not going to work with any sensors for now. Here simply you are only going to give us PubSubClient.loop. Remember that one. Now coming to our setup function. Firstly, you will begin serial monitor with a baud value 9600 or any baud values you are interested. Here is we are going to give internet connection. Since we are using Ethernet, you are going to code based on Ethernet shield connection. And next step comes here is regarding completely our MQTT. Firstly, you are going to set server. Yes, here server is regarding our mosquito URL and port is 1883. Yes, remember this one. You need to fix in your mind test.mosquito.org. In textbook, actually, they have used the other one, nothing but eclipse.org they have used. Since it is not working currently, we are going to use testmosquito.org. Now you can see connection to MQTT broker. Yes, connecting. It is a normal print statement, but actually if it connects PubSubClient.connect of Arduino client, yes, if it really connects, then you can print this message connected to MQTT broker and you will print the topic. And then, yes, sorry, you are going to subscribe the topic. So when publisher publishes, the subscriber receives. If there is no such connection, in else statement you are going to get MQTT connection failed. You are going to print. Now just let me remove this one and compile. Yes. Now now let me give the hardware connection. So I'll also show you through video. But just let me connect it. Here you can see it is connected. So let me upload it. Here I want to explain you the things regarding those connections and all. Yes, uploading is done. Now open the serial monitor. It takes somewhat time. Yes, here you can see details are being printed, right? Message received. From whom? Kurukshetra Warriors oblique I mean slash IoT lectures. Hello from Arduino. You got this thing printed successfully. Hope you all understood. Now again let me perform. Yes, actually it is not connected. So let me connect it or disconnect this one. Let me say connect and then disconnect. So just close it and open again. Connecting via Ethernet. Yes, it takes somewhat time in displaying those things, so you need to have somewhat patience. But actually, while working with project directly, we are going, since we are sending to our app or website, then the time reduces. Here, it takes more time. Yes, here you can see. Yes, MQTT connection failed. The reason is I have disconnected it, right? That's the reason you got as MQTT connection failed. So see careful. So be careful that you mandatorily keep it connected. So now I am clicking connect. Now it is connected actually. Just close it and open again. You can see it is getting slowly. Yes. Now let me disconnect it from here itself. We'll see if any changes happened or no. Yes, for single time opening you won't get, but if you close serial monitor and see, you will get as MQTT disconnected or connection. Yes, MQTT connection failed will be printed. Here you can see how it has been printed. As per our program, let me scroll it to the top. Yes, info message received. Topic is what Kurukshetra Warriors slash IoT lectures. That part is printed and again this close brace we have given and we are going to print now the payload. Payload is nothing but what the message we are giving here. This part actually. In place of this we are going to send our sensor value. So now yes let me keep the connection on. One thing I want to show whether it will accept the numeric values or not because most almost all the sensors will give us numeric and floating values, right? So let me say 1.07, whether just we will test it, whether it will come or not. So just close the serial monitor and open it again, connecting via Ethernet. Actually, you won't get it. The reason I will explain why. You will get as hello Arduino only if you will see. Yes, connected, but you got hello from Arduino. The reason is the change which we are modifying the MQTT will show here. But this one to be uploaded again to our Arduino. So again you need to upload here. Yes, you got some error messages, right? Actually, the reason is due to this 1.07. So here let us say str of 1.07. We'll just check whether it will take or not that value. Here you can see even that function is also not being accepted. So you need to keep it as our early message only. Let me keep it. Yes, now you upload. Yes, due to continuous uploads, I got this message. Just a second, guys. Yes, let me close this serial monitor initially. Yes, here you can see, right? It is connected again and it printed hello from Arduino. Now let me upload it. Yes, I uploaded successfully and this is also in connection. So now I am going to explain with respect to just a second, Arduino ID, right? Yes. So now I will show you the hardware connection and then again I will open the serial monitor and show you the output. With this MQTT protocols execution will be done and from next lecture we are going to start the real applications with Arduino UNO and you will enjoy a lot. So again in this description I am going to keep those installations video link again. So firstly you install those things and then you execute this part, this programming and all. Hope you all understood. Now let me show you with respect to the hardware components. Hello friends, now we are going to see the hardware part connection. Bottom one is my Arduino UNO and I have placed Ethernet shield. You can see this is this that yes, this yellow wire is my LAN cable actually. Nothing but Ethernet cable I have connected to my LAN port of my Wi-Fi network. Nothing but the router. And you can see Arduino I have connected to my laptop using USB connector, or if it is a desktop you need to connect to the CPU. See that all the pins are aligned. So now you can see that there is power supply and all to my Ethernet shield also. Now I have, since I have already uploaded, just I am going to open and show you the serial monitor part. Yes, it takes somewhat time, we need to wait. Yes, here you can see, right? It printed Ethernet IP connected to MQTT broker and you can also see the message. Hello from Arduino. Kurukshetra Warriors / IoT lectures. This is how we are going to perform this MQTT protocol with Wi-Fi Shield and Ethernet Shield. Hope you all understood, and in video description I have also included the video for installations of this MQTT Explorer and also how to use this PubSubClient.h header file. Hope you all understood, and if you are having any doubts or any connection related issues you can drop in the comment section. And in the next lecture we are going to discuss one important topic which we can also use that particular part in a major project. That thing which we are going to discuss tomorrow is Node-RED. and we'll see its installation and one sensor related application also. Thank you.